We're going to get into our after lunch creating our kit again. Woo, yeah, it's a good thing we used the chair. We'll see how well that chair holds up. Let's wait and get Neil over here. All right. Here he comes. You want to come out with us, or you're spectating? Okay, good. Well, just so you know, we created this kid who was a pretty good orange ball player, green level looking kid. And we looked at this child or this player, and it could be an adult too, but we're working backwards to fill the pieces in of what this player needed to have learned at a lower level to be able to play at this level. Whether it was movement, hitting, the shots they need to have, all of that. So that's where we are right now. So before lunch, we got to our accordion rally. And the accordion rally was where the players started in close and then they kept backing up, right? And that's a big thing, I think, that coaches don't understand. That a lot of coaches don't understand is just the fact that you need to be able to control the ball in a small space before you can control it in a bigger space. Because if I think I was doing it with you, right, Ian? And I had you move back, right? We started controlling the ball in a very small space, and then we had you move back. What happens when Ian moves back and he's hitting the ball from, let's say, that baseline, this 36-foot baseline to here? What starts to happen when Ian and I are hitting from that distance? Just really basic stuff here.
More difficult to control.
More difficult to control. And what also happens? It happened to you all when you were doing big ball tennis and we had it doing 2 bounces and you were way back here trying to toss the ball over the net. Concentration. It was very difficult to control the ball, but it was also difficult. It probably was not the right analogy, but as you move back in the court, the ball starts getting hit faster, right? And so as Ian was back at that, we had to hit with a bigger stroke. The ball starts moving faster, right? The stroke is faster. If you don't have the underlying skill, you're going to lose control of the ball. So the whole thing breaks down. And that's what you start to see. And that's why the accordion rally is really good, because as you move those players back, you can start to see where can they control the ball? How far back? What's our level? And so you might want to stick at that spacing for a little while before you move them back. And maybe you're doing more forehands and backhands and a little bit more movement, and then they can start to move back. And it might be it might be a week later, it might be 2 weeks later, but it's okay. Let them be successful where they are, move them back. Same thing could be said for tournaments, right? Let them be successful in their level before you start challenging to bigger things. So it's really important. So we've got our player that they've been able to hit now, do some forehands and backhands. So what I want to add right now, which is really, really, really important, get a lot of serves in, okay? The serve in a lot of play just gets lost, right? The last 10 minutes of class, people are like, okay, we're gonna do serve and return now. Let's throw that serve in there. What are the 2 most important shots of the game? Serve and return, right? If you can't start the point, you're gonna be in big trouble, right? So we gotta do the serve return. So what we wanna do now is think about how can we get that serve into play. And if you think about it, we do an awful lot of play where we're just letting kids drop feed balls. What if we said to the players, hey, I don't care how you get the ball in play. In other words, I might be here. You guys, you'd stay right there. Let's just say I'm a lefty player and I'm doing this with Ian and he's over on the other side. And I say, okay, instead of just drop feeding the ball, I want you to just serve the ball up and just get it in, right? This is my lefty serve, okay? Here, just get it in, play it back. If your players are able to play from this distance, you can be introducing serves. And even if we were here, we could just say, just tap it in, right? Just try to work on tossing the ball up. Whoops, let's not do that one. Toss it up and just get it in, right? And every game that you played, we played dingles, right? We could have said to our dingles players, hey, I was playing with Ian, Neil, you were playing with Henry. Start the first ball with a serve.
Yeah, we did that for like river.
Yep.
And we'll say instead of feeding it, just do an easy serve. You only have one opportunity to get the serve in, and it doesn't have to go in the box because they'll usually be doing half court like down here. It doesn't have to go in the box. It can go anywhere, but just an easy serve.
I give you a huge high five on that. That is awesome. Because every time you play, how many times are they putting the ball into play when they play up and down the river? I mean, dozens, right? I mean, if they're playing for 20 minutes, they're putting a lot of balls into play. If you're starting to put the serve in there instead of just dropping it, the kids.
It's so important because I mean, generally, what do we practice? We practice ground strokes, ground strokes, ground strokes, ground strokes. A few volleys and a couple of serves, kind of thing. And really, I mean, 70% of points are, 2 shots per person or less.
Yeah.
Right, and that's serve and return, and 2 more shots. I mean, 3.2 used to be at least shots per point on average. That's a serve, return, and 1.2 more shots. And so, I mean, the serves and returns are, you could make a case for saying it's more than half of tennis.
Absolutely. No, you're spot on. And it is just such a good way to train the kids. I mean, honest to God, you can't get any better than that. Because again, the game is sending and receiving. So and you see it all the time, like the kids will get up there and practice their serves, right? And they've got the basket next to them. It becomes social hour, right? I do a lot of swimming and kickboard. You get the kickboard out and you see the people paired up together chatting and just, doing that to pass the time, right? Get a little stronger at it. But if you're not working on, again, keeping the ball in play and you're just up there, well, I'm just going to serve. Yeah, we'll see how many I get in out of 10, big whippy deal. Somebody standing over on the other side and they're not getting any balls to hit back, the player's going to start hearing from them, right? And you want that. In other words, you want the kids to understand that this is a sending and receiving game. We got to work on this. We do dingles with some of our kids, some of our older kids, green ball kids, and even orange ball, and we let them play with one serve only. Remember how you did dingle and you drop fed the ball? Imagine putting that into play with a serve with older kids where they actually had to get it in the box cross court. You miss that one serve that you're given. If both of them miss it, you're already at a dingles point. So it starts to put pressure on those serves. And you say to the kids, hey, what would be something you could do outside of practice? Go out there and get a bucket of balls and see if I can work on my serve, just getting it in the court. So you're driving improvement indirectly by the things you make them do in practice. So big deal there. So in any case, I wanted to make that pitch on the serve. Returner too, we talked about that split step, right? And get talking with the kids about what does your split step look like? If you watch the players on tour and even good juniors, you see a lot of different movement on the return. You see the old Andy Murray, the really, and then some of the other players, but get them to be thinking about, hey, when that player hits, I'm going to split and be ready to go. Again, that ready condition that we talked about earlier. So just have that in your dialogue. Throw in serves whenever you can. And again, hitting down the line is what serve. If I serve straight ahead, what serve is that? It's your super flat serve, right? That's your super flat serve straight ahead. And again, you could be working on throwing motions. That could be part of your warm-up, right? If you're going to be doing serves that day, we could be serving in the box. As soon as I'm ready to throw that ball, the player split steps, catches the ball, throws it right back. So again, but get that serve and return going together. So what I wanted to do now was talk about, we got our player hitting. So our player earlier was able to do alley rally, right? We said alley rally was really important to get the ball contained in a small space. We said that alley rally, the ball has to be about eye height, right? If you're a little, young player, this might be eye height. Let's get the ball up around that height. If they can keep the ball high, and this is important, then they can start to volley it. But the young kids and even beginners will try to keep the ball really low. We don't want that. We want it hit up, okay? So the other activity we have, which we're going to talk about right now, is change of direction. We had that happening a little bit. Remember when we were doing the foam ball rally and we said, okay, we want you to hit with your outside shots, and you were doing outside shot backhands. and forehands. So what could we do if we take our red ball player down, if we go back down to that red ball, what activities could we be doing that would allow them to work on change of direction? Any ideas? I have a really good activity for you. So I need 2 people, and I'm going to do it left-handed so I can be on the camera and I can show you. I'm going to need 2 helpers, and then we're going to have you do it for just a minute. We're just going to have you work on it for a sec. No, you do not. So you 2 want to be in it? You're going to be in my next demo. All right, so here's what's going to do. Come on in. I'll explain it. I work as a coach developer, so we're going to do this appropriately. All right, we're going to do this really fun activity called triangles. So when you hear the word triangles, what do you think? 3. Perfect. So there are 3 people in this drill. There are going to be 2 tossers, and there's going to be 1 hitter. Okay? And if you think about a triangle, the hitter is going to be at the tip of the triangle, and the goal of this activity is to change direction of the ball. Okay? So think about 2-on-1s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you 2 come over with me under the net. Come on under. All right, Ian, I'm going to put you right here. Right there. Neil, I'm going to put you right here. All right, your job here is going to be, I'm going to be hitting backhand, so I'll be right in front of where SB is standing. You're going to be tossing underhand, okay? I'll make a little X over there. Underhand to my backhand. Now, because the ball's coming from you and I'm supposed to change direction, where do you think I'm going to hit it to? Yeah, I'm going to hit it to Neil. Okay, when the ball comes to Neil, he's going to catch it off the bounce, and you're going to toss it back to my X. Where do you think I'm going to hit the ball to next? Yeah, I'm going to hit it to Ian. All right, so I'm going to give you the ball. Here's another ball if you want to keep one. All right, so let's have you 2, we'll put you over here. SB and Henry are going to watch just for a second, and you're going to get to do this in a minute. So let's have you go right here. So here's my little X. All right, I'm ready. Okay, it's okay. It was my fault. All right, thank you. Perfect. Perfect. I'll give you a high five with the ball in the hand. Thank you. Okay. So that was triangles. So what was the whole purpose of triangles? Was to change direction, right? And so what was your job over here? What were you guys? You were the what? Yeah, you were the tossers and the catchers, and I was the hitter, right? So this is a great activity for change of direction. Now, let's say that I'm the player and maybe I'm struggling. We happen to be the group of kids that's maybe, a little bit, we need to regress it a little bit. What could we do for this player here so this player could better be able to hit the ball and change direction? What's one thing I could do?
Beat out the hand.
Okay, you're close. What could I do? Yeah, you're on the right track. I can't hit it, but maybe I could do what? Trap it. So that would be the regression. So I might be doing this, and then maybe I can get the ball over to you, and you can toss it again to me, and I might be able to trap it, and I might be able to hit it back. Okay? So that could be something else. What else could we do if we were even lower than that? That would be a really early progression. That would be underlying the one that's I'm looking for right now. What could we do? You started it. You were doing it a minute ago. Yeah, catch it. So if you throw the ball to me, yep, just like what you're doing. I could be here, and I could toss it back to you like that. Okay? And then I could come back. Okay? So we could start this triangles change of direction so they understand how to do it almost as a warm-up where it's tossing. And then we could go to but you also said rolling. If you had really young kids, heck yeah, you could have rolling, right? We could do like this. You could have your rackets, and we roll it back. Okay?
What we did yesterday with like the 5-6-year-olds.
Yep.
We were just rolling it back to having turn and rolling on the ground.
Exactly. So that would be something that we could do.
Get them to, if you want to get them to use your legs more,
Yeah.
Then they can't just do this.
Yep.
They've got to go.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And another regression could be our space, right? We could have some kids that could do it from back here, but we might have some kids where they can't handle the space yet. They've got to be in a shorter court. So that could be something else that we look at. So it's just thinking about, okay, this is what I want to see. I'm not seeing it. How are we going to get it there? But again, the key is going to be, so if you toss the ball, is getting the kids to do trap. I have 4-year-olds on the court right now who can trap. It takes a little bit of time. It really does. You've got to work on it. So if we were partners and we were going to break down this activity just to tossing and trapping, you could toss the ball to me and I just try to trap it. And then I get sideways and I try to hit it. And this could be a skill activity that we work on for a while. Okay? And then what would be the progression of this? He's tossing it to me, I'm trapping. We switch roles, right? Now you do it. See if you can trap. So we're doing it. It's like, all right, we can do this pretty well. What would be a progression, any progression on this? Actually hitting. Or I could do this. If I know he's got a trap for a little bit, I could do that. Get it. Good. And he has to move a little bit. I say, okay, you're going to move a little bit more. So I get him moving with that ball, and then maybe we could get to hitting. So there's going to be movement involved in the trapping. Initially, we might not have a whole lot of movement because it's hard, right? But then we could get you moving. We could do backhands. You and I could both be trapping. We could be trying to move each other trapping, and then we could be hitting. So if you can get these kids to be doing all these different things, and again, thank you, tying in the change of direction where we're now able to place the ball, again, that's what you're going to want these kids to be able to do. All right, just start bringing it down lower and lower. But the goal is to get them hitting. And the goal is to get these guys, as we talked about earlier, sending and receiving. Okay, I was working with a club and they got themselves into a whole bunch of issues. What would be the issue? I'm just going to throw this out because it's a really, really important statement. They wanted the kids to just stand on the line and do that. And just stand on the line and hit perfect forehands. What is the problem this coach is going to find? That's one of them. What else?
Just stand on the baseline, just line and just drill, just hit.
Yeah. Think about what we talked about earlier this morning. As soon as this kid starts doing this, I don't want to hit you, Neil. I'm coming down here. As soon as this kid starts doing this, what's the problem with this?
You're only doing one R, right?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. So keep going, keep going.
Out of all the R's, you're only doing the racket.
Right.
And so, like you keep on saying, tennis is ascending and receiving.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you're not doing it.
What is this kid doing right here? He's just sending. So if Neil is on the other side and he sends the ball to me, is there any guarantee that I'm going to be able to return it to Neil? 0. 0.0. Not only that, which is even more damaging, is the fact that you take a kid who's been told to do this all day long, and I had this happen at this club I was trying to do some work with and trying to help them. These kids would get up into a space with Neil and me, and if Neil was hitting, I'd say, hey, rally with me. This kid would wind up like this, almost took my head off, right? And I'm like, whoa, but the kid had no control, had no ability to understand that we were really, really close together, and that's not gonna work. But this kid never learned how to do this and get a big rally, like a small rally going, and then move back, and then maybe have a little bit more stroke as they were able to. And then when we got back here, and Neil and I are both pretty good hitters now we can go head to head with some longer ground strokes. That will shoot you in the foot faster than anything you ever do as a coach. So again, take away all that stuff and give these kids the opportunity to work together. And like I said, 4-year-olds on the court, if they can do trapping and they can start to hit it back, you're home free. Once Neil and I, if we're partners, we can get a couple balls back, we're home free. There's so much stuff we can do, right? We can start saying, hey, tap the ball in as a serve. Hey, let's get cards out. See if we can get to 4 in a row. See if we can get to 5 in a row, right? But they're going to build their skills as they go along. And the same is true for adults or beginner high school kids. But don't give them too much stroke before they can control it with somebody else. This is akin to doing golf, right? I'm just going to send the ball. Let's see how far I can hit it, right? And kids will do that. And we don't want to do that. I mean, like I said, you're undermining yourself. So we've gotten that down. And I wanted to do one other thing with you real quick because it's a fun activity. Let me get a couple rackets. Let me steal a couple rackets for you. We got to be selective on our colors, so hang on. Okay, now we're good. Thank you. Perfect. So everybody gets a racket. Oh, we got one of our brand new rackets. Who gets the brand new racket? Coolness. All right. So I want you to do a game. We're going to break down our player, right? We're breaking down our player again. This player may not be able to hit just yet. But we want to think a little bit about being able to change direction. If I'm changing direction of a ball, what do I have to have pretty good control of to change direction? Just think about it. Very basic.
Where you make contact.
Where I make contact, right? So look at this for a second. Henry, you're going to be or SB, or yeah, Henry, come on out here. Come on back over here just real quick because I'm going to have you stay right there. That's perfect. We have such nice color codes. So this is a game called Lollipops. It's really simple. We do it with our little kids. So what we're going to do is we're going to call out the color that we're going to hit the ball to. Okay? And you got to trap it. So when the ball's on the ground, you got to trap it. So we want you to get sideways, and we want you to step in and guide the ball to wherever you're going to, and it's rolling. So, and you got to stop it when it comes close to you, okay? Red. Yellow. Yellow. Oh. All right. So do you see what's happening here? This is just a really simple game where we're working together to work on the face. The younger the kid gets, the less they understand the rack of the face. So again, taking those little 4-year-olds into consideration that I have right now, this was a challenge for them to figure out how to send. But you do this for a little bit, they start to understand it. And they can start guiding that ball. What else was I doing that was really intentional when we did this? So I went here and then there. Little bit. Yeah, so you got a little bit of a follow through, sure. What was something about my footwork?
The angle in a slightly different way,
Yeah.
You always want to use your body more than just
Yeah.
to try to manipulate that, right? So the way that you stand should dictate which direction you're hitting.
Absolutely. And when we did big ball tennis, remember we said this? We said this. This matters. This matters big time. So when you're coaching players, it's that repetitive nature of it. We want to keep pounding, pounding, pounding. So every time that kid gets up to hit a backhand, they know that it's not this, but that it's this, or it's a forehand. So again, this matters. So if I were walking around and watching you all, I'd be like, wait a minute, I want to see you step in. Which foot are you stepping in with? And I always tell the kids that it's your foot that's closest to the net. So when you're sideways, whichever foot is closest to the net, that's the one you step in with. And I say, would I do this or would I do this? You tell me when the kids are like, oh, that was horrible. Do the first one, right? So, but again, let them work on that, okay? You guys can do it for a second because if you do it, you'll remember it. So let's get a partner and we'll do it for a couple seconds. Just 1 minute. Everybody stepping in, get sideways now. Get sideways, step in. Good. Oh, nice angle. Good. Oh, that's good. So I like that. There's a progression right there. Partner tells you which way to hit. Good. Awesome. All right, good. And you'll probably see, good, we can hold it there. Again, some basic underlying stuff that's going to help that player out. Okay, and it's very simple, but rolling the ball is probably one of the first rallies. I like to get the kids hitting as quickly as possible, but this is absolutely imperative to do it so they have a little bit of control of the racket face. And you could have the kids, if you wanted to play little games with dots, you could put a whole bunch of dots out here and have them call the dot. You know, we could do this. And if we were in a small space, we could have the kids, and I would make it intentionally small. Let's just say these were all different colors. And if I were going to be hitting, I could say, okay, I want the yellow dot over there. See if I can hit to it. Okay? Where you're intentionally hitting to a target that's a manageable space. And that's a big deal. So what I want to show you now is this is why I travel with these buckets, and this is why I tell everybody I don't carry ball hoppers with me. All of my equipment goes in there. And I want to show you really quickly the bucket tap. This is I call it my famous bucket tap because I swear it works. So what we're going to do, you're going to be the kids or the people. I do this with adults too, so it's not like I don't do it with everybody. So I'm going to get 4 dots around. You're going to get a spot. And we're going to go through the progression. Yeah, so you're back just a little bit. And it depends on how old they are. You guys are maybe, let's say you're 7. Okay? So foam balls are out of the question. What I want you all to do is get 4 red balls out of my bucket and put them behind your dot. In other words, away from the bucket. So grab 4 balls. You got 4? Okay. Now, so what I want you to do is be on your dot. So Neil's going to be on his dot like this. I want his balls back here behind him so he does not step on them. You're going to be stepping forward, okay? Now, what I want you to do is put your racket down behind the balls, even further back, okay? We've talked about this. We've done some big ball tennis. Who can tell me I'm left-handed and I'm going to toss with my left hand? Who can tell me which foot I would be tossing with? Look at the way I'm standing. Which foot? The front foot, right? So I want you all to get into your throwing position. Put the ball in your hand that you write with. Okay, put the ball in the hand that you write with. Okay, so if it's in your right hand, we're going to get sideways to the bucket. Think about our forehand that we learned over on this side. Now, don't toss it, but show me what kind of a motion you would do underhand and what you would do with your feet. Think about big ball tennis. Good. All right, what do you think the goal of this activity is?
Get them used to the motion, proper motion.
You're now a 7-year-old kid. What's the activity? Yeah, we're going to get it in the bucket. So what do we have to think about to get it in this bucket? Are we going to toss the ball low? Are we going to toss it high? You think high is going to work better? Good. And which foot are we going to step with? Yeah, the foot that's closer to the bucket. We're going to step in. Okay, and we're going to release. I want you to look, release high, almost like we're releasing a butterfly. So watch, I'll do it. Let's see if I can get one in. Oh, that was pretty good though. All right, now, can we do it? When I say go, we're gonna do it. So we're gonna go through the 4 balls. Ready, set, go. All right, pretty good. Let's do it again. I'd love to see everybody stepping in. Go. Oh, pretty good. Let's do it again. Hang on, hold up, wait till you hear go. Ready, go. Nice. All right, last one. Everybody's got to do this picture perfect, correct? Everybody has to take a step when they're tossing the ball. So no leftover footwork. Step in, toss, ready, set, go. Oh, that was really good. All right, so now they did pretty well at this, right? You're going to see the high point. Oh, yeah, got it, coach. You know, happy stuff. What do you think we might do next to get these kids able to do this? With the racket, but I want to show you something that I do with the kids because I think it's important. So we do it, you were all tossing out of the air. When we hit the ball in, we're going to let the ball bounce. So what we do as our next step is we let the ball bounce, trap it, and then hit it in. So we practice a trap first. So practice the trap. Now the next time we're going to let it bounce and we're going to try to hit it. See what we can do. Okay, so let's everybody grab a couple balls. We're going to try it together as a group. See what we can do. Good stuff. Here's another couple. You got them? All right. Now, let's have everybody practice 2 times. We're going to just trap it. We're not going to do anything other than just trap it. Ready? Go. Just trap. Trap. Let's do it again. Good. Now, quiz question. True or false? I'm going to step in when I hit the ball.
Yes. Yes.
True, right? I'm going to step in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to trap the ball. I'm going to drop it and try to hit it into the bucket. Ready, set, go. Good. Good. So remember, we want that racket face open out in front. Keep going. Ready, set, go. Good. Good. Nice. Now, you guys can all play. So I want you to do one thing for me. I want you to get a couple more balls. And you are going to use your non-dominant hand. You are now a super beginner player, so all of you should be hitting with your left hand, which would be your backhand in reality, but we're gonna put you in a non-dominant hand position. Okay? So now, if we trap the ball, which foot are we stepping in with? The foot closest to the buckets, right? Super simple. Whichever foot is out in front, we're gonna step in with that and hit it. So I want you to do a trap, non-dominant hand, step in and hit. Good. Yeah, I think we've got a couple low balls. What do we need to do to get them in? Yeah, we got to hit up on it. Open that racket face. Here we go. Oh, I'm seeing some better ones. Oh, here we go. Awesome. Beautiful. All right, so now you're going to stick with this hand. Okay, so you get what a beginner would feel like. Okay, and you're starting to see, oh yeah, direction would have been good here, right, to control the ball, lollipops. But what I want you to do now is think. People always say to me, okay, but what happens? The balls are like going everywhere. What do you think we're going to allow in terms of play in this? You're all going to start with 4 balls. Balls are going to be going, and you can use any balls that are coming your way. It's now open season. So let's say, Henry, I shoot the ball and I miss it and it comes towards you. You can either trap it and hit it back, or if you've got a good hit at it, you could try to hit it in. Okay? And I always have a conversation with the kids about safety. We are standing in close confines, right? I always tell the kids, we're standing close. What's the last thing that we want to have happen in this class today? Somebody to go home crying, somebody to get hit. So that's always a conversation that I have at the very first day of practice. Remember, we're going back down. This is an important discussion. If you have a kid who whacks the ball hard, take a seat. Okay? There's just no negotiating, okay? And you have a conversation with them, you talk to their parents. But again, you know what we're trying to do. But again, so if I hit it, and Henry, as I told you, it's fair game. If I miss the ball, you can do whatever you want. You got to do non-dominant hand, but you can try to hit it in. So I missed it. So he can decide how he can hit it in. Oh, he missed it. So you could get it, okay? So again, the kids will run out of balls, but every ball that's in play is fair game now. So try to hit it. Good. So you could get it, and you try to hit it. And in the meantime, we're still hitting all the balls. So let's get everybody to get 4, and I just want to show you how this would look. Non-dominant hand again. Okay, if you want to trap the ball and then hit it, it's up to you. If you want to just hit it, it's up to you. Okay. You got one right on the chair right next to you. Oh, you got yours. Okay. All right, are we ready? So just a tip. What are we going to do with our racket face? What is important here? Hit up, right? So high is good, so we can drop it in the bucket. What are we doing when we hit? We just stand in here? We're going to step in and hit. Okay. Safety, right? What do we have to be careful about? Not hitting too hard. Okay, ready, set, go. Any ball that comes your way, you can hit in. Good. Oh, that's one. Oh, there's one, Henry. Get that one, and Neil can get that. Oh. Good one. Nice, nice. Oh. Yeah, got to get under it. Get under it. Oh, nice one. There you go. There we go. So yeah, let's hold it up there. So what you're starting to see is this is not as easy as it looks. We do this with adults to teach them hitting up to start your rally. What happens if I take away these buckets? What should we be able to do? You two should be able to hit together. We might move you in initially and say, hey, we want you to hit over this little X. I want to see if you can do it. I want to see if you can do it. So if you want to do it, you can try. You guys are hitting together. Move in just a little bit. You're both hitting over my X, trying to go straight ahead with the person in front of you. This is the next step that we do with the kids. You got to do non-dominant hand. You're a beginner now, my friend. So get sideways. Good. Good. So a little higher. So get under it. Hit up. There we go. Like that. That's easy to trap, right? Go ahead. Nice. Good. He's trapping. Good. Awesome. Now, perfect. You all are high achievers. All right, now, let's say you two are a team. You and Neil are a team. You're going to be back here, Neil. You can grab a dot. You can grab your dot. You two are a team. Okay, you're a team, so we're going to move your dot over here. You're going to go back there. And you're going to move your dot. You got to get some balls. Everybody has 4 balls. I don't know. I'm giving you some balls. I don't know how many you have. Everybody has 4 balls. Put your dot. You're going to be across from each other. You could even go right here. Neil, if you want, right in there. We'll put you right there. Henry will put you right across from him. Yep, you put your dot there. I'm going to put you right here, Henry. You're going to put your dot. You are right there. All right, so everybody put their balls behind them. All right. Name of your team. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to come up with a name. Name of your team. And remember, this would be a bigger group, okay? You got to come up with a team name for you guys. Don't let them know. Oh, hot shots? Okay. He spit it out really fast. What's your team name?
Red Balls.
Red Ballers. Okay, the Red Ballers against the Hot Shots. You have 4 balls. All right? Do you remember how we talked about the importance of sportsmanship and fairness and honesty? We've used all those as character words in our lesson. You have 4 balls. When I say go, you can hit one of your balls. You do not get a second try on any ball that's missed or anything else. You just have 4 balls. So I need each of you to be very truthful about this and be fair. And we're going to play with sportsmanship, okay? Non-dominant hand. We're going to do it 4 times. When I say go, the team that gets the most balls in the buckets wins. You are a team.
4 balls each.
Yep, 4 balls each. So you're going to get your ball. You're going to shoot them when I say go. 1 at a time when I say go. You ready? So how many balls do you get to shoot? 1 at a time, 4 balls. Are we ready? Go. Okay. Second ball. Hold up. Go. Okay. Go. Wait. You got to wait. We got to start this game over again. So we got people who are not understanding the rules. When I say go is when we hit. Yeah. Well, I said that. We're going to say when I say go, you get to hit. So we need 4 balls. Yeah, we got to work with these guys. We got to work on listening skills here.
You said go, you got to hit 4 balls. That we had to wait for the next.
Okay, I'll rephrase that. My fault.
That's why we kept going.
My fault. My fault. Coach will correct and amend the statement. When I say go only, you can hit a ball.
You would have won that argument with a 7-year-old. I'll admit.
All right. Are we ready? How many balls are we going to hit right now? 1. And you do not hit another ball until I say go again. All right. Ready? Go. Okay, you should have hit your ball too. You're hitting them at the same time. Yeah. Okay, hold up. We got one more person who's got to hit. Okay. Oh, good try. You can't hit that ball. You got to throw that one away. That's our integrity. You can't use it. Ready? Go. Okay. Ready? Third ball. Ready? Go. 4th ball. Ready? Go. Good. All right. What kind of a game is that? That was a competition, right? And we might have 4 kids over on your bucket. We might have 4 kids over on your bucket. What kind of a competition is that? Yeah, what was the score? I didn't even ask what the score was.
2.
You had 2? How many did you guys get? You got 5. Okay, we got the overachievers here on the. Yeah. But in any case, what kind of competition is that?
Civilized.
Civilized. Well, when you do games, you always have lots of rules, right? So you have to throw them out there, then ask questions. And arguably, I wasn't clear enough on certain things, and so we had to start the activity again. That's what you don't want to do as a coach, but it happens. So then you stop the activity, you go through the activity again, and then you ask questions. This is a cooperative competitive activity. You all were a team. And if we had 4 kids or 5 kids over here, you would be a team competing against them. Why is this a good idea for novice players, especially young children?
You're not individually competing.
Control their hitting power.
They are. And in the game, that's what they're doing. Absolutely. We're holding it accountable. The game is always holding the skill accountable. And if we were working on this as a skill or a warm-up, we're now holding it accountable. I could have walked around and said, if I don't see you stepping in, basket doesn't count, bucket doesn't count, right? That's holding the kids accountable. But what you said was what?
So you're not an individual.
You're not an individual. If you think about it, the youngest children, they've never competed before, right? They might be in preschool or kindergarten. They don't know, and if they don't get balls in, they're going to start crying, right? But if we say, hey, we're looking to see what the whole team can do. So if you can just get a couple in, you're going to help your team, right? Same with this group over here. So this is called cooperative competitive. You're cooperating in your team environment, but you're competing against another team. Great way to do competition with novice players. And even some adults. Some adults are leery, right? They're like, oh yeah, well, I'm not good at sports and I never win. And you want them to have success, right? So again, this distance that we're hitting from has to be understood. They have to be able to do the skill. And maybe you can test it out, but you're gonna learn a lot when they start competing. And you all saw that, yeah, we still missed a lot of buckets, but we might have been able to play those because we had the ball in the general vicinity. And that's what you're trying to do anyway, is getting them to play, okay? Where you're gonna get in trouble is if you allow the kids to hit really low balls. Those are never gonna go into play. You might be able to roll them and stop them, but once we get hitting, you've gotta be hitting up and above to get the hitting. But that's the bucket challenge. And it's just a great tool. And as I said, I do this all the time. These buckets store all my stuff. You saw all the stuff that I come with. But again, it's very systematic. There's an activity, and some of you may know it from the NetGen curriculum. It's called instant rally progression. You've seen it where the kids are bouncing the ball up in the air. That's really hard with children, especially young children. Again, they don't have the racket control. And so I would rather do the lollipops, this stuff, and then get them catching, trapping, and then trying to hit the ball. Let them learn with the racket in their hand and let them send the ball, okay? Because if you think about it, instant rally progression it's a good drill because you progress them, I get it. But how often do we want the kids doing this? And that's what they'll do. We want them getting sideways and hitting to the side and eventually getting the ball to somebody else who can hit it, okay? So you can pick up on instant rally progression, let the kids do bump ups as they get a little bit more skilled with their racket. But this is, honest to God, I don't ever do red ball classes without these. That's why I brought them. That's why I said I'm driving. So anyway, questions on that? Yeah, and you can see that it takes a little challenge when you start doing lefty. We did this with the adults, and they were like, wow, this is a lot harder than we thought it was. But again, think about how tossing might be a good starter, dropping the ball, trapping it, then maybe trying to hit. Do some different things, okay? But we've gotten to a very, very basic level of our kids, right? We've gotten them to rolling the ball, rolling rallies always work. We got them to, tag onto our last activity when we did the little bit of change of direction. We've got the bucket tap. As we said, if we took the buckets away and you were pretty good at controlling yourself, you should be pretty good rallying with each other. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's what a lot of things happen. Like I know you hear coaches say, well, we want the kids hitting together. And when I was in charge of training our staff, that was the one thing our coaches said. We can't get them hitting with each other. They just can't control the ball. Well, yeah, they got to be able to do it by themselves before they can do it together. So just think about that. I want to show you another really fun. How are we doing on time?
We got about 40 minutes.
Oh, good. Okay, I want to show you something else. You guys are going to love this. Wait a minute. Reverse that. All right. We're gonna do one more thing before we do. This is our really fun warm-up game. You're gonna love it. Let's do this. So let's just grab these up real quick. I want to show you guys one or two more things that I just. That'd be great, yeah. And if we can keep the foam out of there, we can put the foam in the buckets or something. Come on. Oh, this poor bucket. All right. Yeah.
Foam in those buckets or those buckets?
Yeah, we don't want to hit with the foam right now because the foam, they're a little bit different. So we can put some of the red balls in here in each of these buckets. Hopefully that one will hold. I just want to show you something that's really fun. Yes, the black buckets can go out. Yep. That's perfect. Okay. Let me move this. Gotta clean up my court. All right. We can put these under here. Oops, shoot. All right. All right, so let's do this. So, actually, let me move those because those are going to be right under your feet, and that's not going to be good. All right, let me get these out of the way. All right, let's gather in. Real good little circle right here. All right, I'm talking to you as coaches right now. You're not students right now. These kinds of tools are invaluable. I was talking to somebody. I got these at the 99-cent store. Awesome addition. Why do you think these would be great for kids' lessons? Orange, red, little kids.
Light.
Yeah, light. What else?
Colorful.
Yeah. What else? It saves us time having to go back to a big bucket, right? What happens if you've got one big bucket here and I've got the balls in it, and let's say it's right here in between you guys? You're going to be bumping into play and everything, and we could put these buckets. I mean, we could have 4 kids on this court, and we could put this thing of balls like right here where either side could get it, right? And so now you have some balls available. So it's just storing balls. You're going to get kids who refuse to pick up. There's always one in every group. You say to them, hey, if I don't see 10 balls in that basket, not playing anymore, sorry. Rules of the court today, court police has showed up, right? But let them know there are rules of the court. This is what we're going to do. We're not hitting balls right now when we pick up. We're picking up balls. If you don't have balls, you're not playing anymore because you won't have any. So again, you can get these buckets really cheap, stack them up, whatever. You don't have to have them. I like them because they make it easy. Now, we had some skill going on. We know that the kids can rally a little bit, and I was thinking about, we did one game with red ball, very simple, right? We said if we take away the buckets, they should be able to rally with each other. So let's just say we're going to now have them rally over the net because they're so great, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to play a simple little game. You two are partners. You two are partners. So it's singles down the line, okay? But remember how we said we're going to introduce a nice, easy serve into the court just to get practice on our serve? So you got to do a nice, easy serve. And remember, you're cooperating with your partner. So we don't want a hard serve. We just put it in play, okay? So what's going to happen now is each team has 3 cones, okay? You all have to come up with a number that's pretty easy to hit. What do you think you could do? Do you think you could do like 4 balls?
What are we trying to do? Rally?
You're going to rally cooperatively, and we're going to go increasingly higher with our number. So what would be an easy number? 5. Okay, so we're going to do 5 as one of our numbers. What would be slightly more challenging for a number that you think you could hit? 7. Oh, I like that. So what would be our next number if we're thinking in odds? 9. Love that. There's our mathematician there. All right, so 5, 7, 9. Okay? Now, we're going to start the rally out how? With an easy serve. Who can serve the ball? Anybody. Either partner could serve the ball, and it'd be good to take turns. So if you serve first, he's going to serve the next one in. You're trying to get 5 in a row. Now, let's just say you get a fabulous rally going, and you bypass 5, and you're still going. Go as far as you can. You don't have to get them in order. So does that mean we could get the 9 first if we have a good rally going? Sure. You get the 9 first. So if you get the 9 or any number, you're going to take a cone away. Just remember what number you got. So let's say that was the 9 because you guys are overachievers. What numbers do we have to get now? 7 and 5. You cannot keep the rally going for one ball. It has to be stopped rally at 9, start a new rally, and try to get the cones. Okay? So what are our numbers again? 5, 7, 9. Now, I have a question for you all. Since you're playing, would you like to play the baseline here? or would you like to play the full court? You're in between. Would you like a little bit more challenge? All right, let's challenge it. I think we could do it. Let's see what happens. If we can't, we'll move you back in. Let's give it a try. Okay, so your goal is to do what? Who wins the game? The team that gets rid of all 3 cones first. Are we ready? Non-dominant. Do non-dominant. Yeah, sorry. Non-dominant. Left hand if you're right-handed. Okay, good. Keep going. Let's try it again. So on our toes. Remember, we're ready for each ball. We're on our toes. Looking. Where's that ball going? Looking. Good. Good. Love the movement. Keep going. Keep going. Count it. Good. Okay. That was a little out. Oh, good job. All right. They got 7. You got it. Oh, good try. All right. We'll let, yeah, you want to try it? Let's let SB do it. He's got to serve. Love it. Oh, what do you think you needed to do to get it over? Yeah, just a little, yeah, a little more follow through too. That's okay. Try it again. It's coming. You got it. Toss out in front. Good. Good. I like that high ball. You got to take them off. Did you get 5? Okay. You got to get 7 now?
No, we gotta get 9.
Oh, you got to get 9. All right, come on. We got one team. They're up there. You guys can do it. Challenge them. They got to get 9. Love it. Love the high ball. Nice, Neil. Keep going. See if you can pass 5. Oh.
7.
Sportsmanship here. All right. Oh, you guys got to yell winner. Woo! All right. Finish the race. Let's see if they can finish it. All right. Oh. Safety. All right, give your partner a high 5. You might not want to give your partner a high 5. All right. Good job. I know. So this was called battle cones. Okay? Battle cones. You can pick the numbers. What happened there immediately in that activity? There was one thing that happened immediately. Yeah, competition for sure. Absolutely. What else? Focus. A massive focus right then. That was one of the first things I did the one night I was in charge with those kids I was talking about, the junior champ kids. I just was watching this warm up and I was like, oh my gosh, these kids are so out of focus. And normally they weren't. So I lined up the battle cones and we had, 6 or 7 courts of this exact same activity, exact same thing, everybody doing it. I'm telling you, the focus became laser, right? Each team wanted to win that. But there's also teamwork. Right? If you're working on this as cooperative hitting and you're saying to your partner, come on, you can get to it, right? You got this, good job. You're trying to drive the teamwork, right? So much of creating tennis programs is creating a community so that you guys know each other's name. You work with each other. Y'all might not be best friends, but you know enough to work with each other and you're willing to be teammates. And it's really, really big deal, especially as you get to high school, right? And you want the person, if I'm the strongest player on the court and there's Susie over there, you say to your player quietly, hey, can you just kind of, control the ball a little bit, see what you guys can do? Because I know you're a good teammate, right? And, you've got instant, cooperation. And this is how you get the kids to be really good. So that's one game. We could have also done another one, and I just want to show it to you really quickly because it's really important. There's different ways of keeping score for things. We did cones. We could have easily done cards, right? And I asked you all, what numbers you thought, and you want to do that, right? I mean, the kids will say, 50, how about 50, 100, and 150? And I'm like, no, not going to work, right? Yeah, it might take too long. But in any case, you can ask them how they want to play and what their numbers might be. Okay, so that is, oh, this is a brand new deck of cards. Wow, has never been opened. Let's use this one instead. So in any case, ask the kids. Let them be part of the decision making. And if you feel like the number is too high, you can always revise it. You know, let the kids bring them back in and say, hey, okay, we're struggling with that number. Do we want to revise our number? And they might say, yeah, let's do 2, 3, and 4, whatever. All right. The other thing what would be another challenge you might have in this activity if we had a whole group of kids doing this? Imagine we have 10 kids doing this. 5 teams, different levels. So what could one level be doing? A regressed level, what could they be doing?
Lower number or an easier activity.
Or what could they be doing? Think about, we want to keep the numbers going, but we want to let them do something that's easier for them. What would be easier than hitting? Could be catching, trapping. Could be trapping. That we have the kids, we say to them, we go down and say, hey, you know what? Why don't you guys trap for a little bit? Let's see if we can get the numbers going, right? The other thing we could do is we could make the court smaller. Remember I said to you, what do you want to try? Do you want to play back at the baseline or you want to play at the service line? That was me giving you some ownership and like, okay, what are we going to have to do if we go back here? Well, you might have to hit a little bit harder. The ball's going to come faster, so we got to do what? We got to really be moving, right? So again, we could have regressed it and said, okay, everybody's coming into the service line. Let's just keep it in play here. So those are tools that you have with your players to keep, because we want them to do this activity. We hopefully don't want to go back to rolling if we can help it. We're at the point where we should be able to do hitting. Cards are super fun. And cards are super unfair, but the kids never pick up on that, which is fascinating. So if we were doing cards with you guys, what numbers would I want to keep in my deck that are eligible for play? If I knew, yeah, the lower numbers, right? So I might, yeah, I might keep cards like that. We always play the Joker. If we have Jokers, we play the Jokers wild. They get to pick what it is, but they got to remember it, okay? Aces is another one that we'll often do as a wild card. Pick your number. If you guys think you could do 10, go for 10. But just remember that that was 10. So what the kids would do is I would get rid of all the cards that are too high, right? I would get rid of my jacks and I would get rid of my queens. And what we could do, let's just say I've sorted through these already. I would put some cards over here for you guys, just like this. So there's the cards. And you all would have your cards here. And what would happen would be that what you would do is you would pick the first card up. It's a 2. You lay it up. You play out your number. When you get 2, you lay it over here. You go take turns getting another number. You might have totally different numbers over there. I mean, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But what's really good about this for an NJTL? What do you think they have to do once they get 20 cards? They got to add up all the numbers. Okay, and you start to see who your mathematicians are. Okay, so they'll start getting their fingers out and all this stuff. But again, this is a great thing if you've got numeracy and literacy, you know, as part of your NJTL. We're always trying to work on number skills for the kids. But, you know, we tell them, no, you're not counting that you have 5 cards. You're counting the value of these 5 cards. And you're going to add that up. So we could have 48 to 45. Okay, and it's just fun. And we tell the kids, look, do your best. You know, just, you know, you guys got 45. That's great. You know, you're working together. That's all we care about. All right. The other thing I want to show you real quick before I go to one of my favorite activities is these. What do you think I use these for?
Rewards.
No, because they would all take them and they love taking them. But I'm like, no, you can't have them. They ask if there's chocolate in there. I'm like, no, there's definitely not chocolate in there because it would melt. But why do you think we would do that? What would we do with those?
Determine who served, determine who started off.
Could be. I actually don't know what's on the back of them. Are they different? I never actually thought about that.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, so we could use that as a flip coin. See who's going to serve. What else could we use those for? Yes, yes, yes. So what we do with this, and I'll show you again. Let me just get rid of this. Yeah. So what we do with these, we teach the kids how to keep score. Especially our little red ball kids, they learn how to play a tie break. The adults learn how to play a tie break too. Okay? And I'll walk you through it real quick how we do it. But what we do once we're playing tie breaks with the kids is we teach them to keep score. Okay? Remember, we're trying to make them independent. Okay? So what would happen if we were playing, like a team challenge, and you know, everybody on this side was a team, everybody on that side was a team. Each child on the team would get their own little bag of coins. And I put like 15 of them. You get like 1,000 of these for like 20 bucks online. So the coins, the bag for each child goes to the right of the court. Remember I said everything is super systematic. It's always the same. So when we play, the bag of coins for each child is to the right of their court. If they win the point, what they're gonna do is they're gonna take their little gold coin and they're gonna just put it in the middle of their court right there. Okay, let's just say here's our imaginary player over there, and this player has two coins over there. So if I'm not sure what the score is, I can come up and I see, oh yeah, he's got 2, I have 1. Okay, and we teach the kids how to keep score. You know, if you're the one feeding the serve in, you're the one who's saying your score first, and then the other. So my score would be 1 to 2. And the way we teach the kids tie breaks, and I'll just go through it real quick to show you. Let's just say that's our hash mark, right? And we're splitting the court here. Here's our court split right here. Right there, right? So to teach the kids tie breaks, what we do is we have them spin the racket. Somebody's gonna serve, somebody's gonna return. Let's say I want it, and let's say I'm playing Henry over there. I'm gonna get my 2 serves, okay? So what did we say we wanna encourage these kids to do? To serve. So you always get 2 serves. So we always want to encourage them to serve overhand the first serve. If they miss it, they can try to hit it out of the air. If they really can't do it, they can bounce it and hit it in, okay? Remember, a hit out of the air is always legal, even in regular court tennis. So I'm going to serve 1 point here, always get 2 serves, and then I'm going to serve over here. Okay, so I serve on the deuce and the ad, and then Henry, you would serve from the deuce and the ad, and it would come back to me. First person to get 7 wins the tiebreak. At 6 all, you play 1 more point. Super easy getting the kids to keep score. But again, if you use the coins, it's really easy. They don't take up more space, that much space, and I like them better than the clothespins. Clothespins take up a lot more space, and then they break, and kids pinch their fingers and all sorts of silly stuff. So I like these; they're super easy. And we have another game that we play that I'll talk to you about it, but I'm not going to show it because I don't think we have time. There's a game called the Pirate Game, and it's really fun. We would play. Let's play it. We'll play it. Let's have 2 players over here. It's a singles game. I'm going to show it to you really fast because it's fun. This game is super unfair, but it's okay. The kids don't know. Now, y'all ready? All right. I need you guys to get a ball. Everybody have a ball in their pocket. All right. I need everybody to turn and look at that A1 sign. See where it says A1 on the net? All right, I need everybody looking at that. Okay, straight ahead. If I catch you looking at me, you're not going to be able to play. Okay? Keep looking at it. Say it again? Yep. So you got to look that way. Okay. Is everybody ready to play? All right, here's the deal. Everybody can turn around and face me. All right, so you're all going to be on this court. Okay, so come on over, SB. You're going to be over here. We're gonna pretend that we don't have very much space, and we got to take turns playing points. So SB, you're going to be off the court right now. You're going to be waiting. Henry's going to play the first point. You two, Ian, you're going to play the first point. Okay. As soon as they're done, whoever wins the point gets to come over here and get a cone. Okay. All right. Now, the cone is worth 1 point. Okay. If you win, you get the cone. That's worth 1 point. All right. Now, there's some coins here somewhere. Okay. If you get a coin, you get an additional point. Okay. All right. So we don't know where they are. So there's a little bit of luck involved, but what's going to help you get a cone in the first place? Yeah, keeping the ball in play and trying to play a tactical point. All right, let's play service line to service line, okay? And I want you only get 1 serve, so just get it in nice and easy, and you're going to play out the point. As soon as they're done, you're going to be ready to play. So I need you to be ready with the ball. I need everybody to have a ball in their pocket. Okay, ready to go. Okay, here we go. You guys can win. This is competitive. You guys can play. All right, that one long? All right, who won the point? Okay. Oh, we're playing here. Remember, we're playing here. Oh, okay. So who's going to get the cone? Run and get the cone. Now, I need my new players playing. Ian, you should be getting a ball ready to play. He's taking that cone. All right, take your cone. All right, next team up. Here we go. Serve it in. Overhand serve, remember. One serve. Good serve. Play it out. Oh, that was under the net. You guys got to call that ball. That's yours. SB, you got to get a cone. Hurry, you get to get a cone. Next player's up. Let's go. New server. Whoa, look at that. Oh, good try. Hey, I like the motion. It was a little long, right? Okay, here we go. Let's play again. Who's up? My next team. All right. Oh, okay. Let's put your cones over here so we don't put them behind play. Let's keep the court safe. Oh, did he get a cone? He got a cone? Okay, who won that? Oh, they got a cone. Oh, my gosh, they got one. Here we go. We should have our next team up. Oh, they got the cone. All right, here we go. Let's go. Remember, your service line is your baseline. Oh, you got another one. Here they go. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, all right, they're still playing. Oh, good shot. Love it. Oh, love that movement on the court. Good job. Yeah. So what happened there?
This one says it counts for a 7.
So yeah, you can kind of see you could still win this game if we gave different values to the coins, right? But again, these guys had more coins and they had more cones. They would come up, give you guys a high. Let's give them a high five. Great game, everybody. Good. That's called Pirate Game, and the kids love this game. They just think it's really fun. They don't know where the coins are, and it's just like suspenseful and all that. Yeah. So anyway, so think about that. We did earlier the game of dingles. Remember we did dingles for our orange ball kids? So SB, remember when we did dingles? We hit down the line. 3 minutes? Ah! All right. You could do that with these kids too.
Okay.
Right? Hit down the line, ball gets missed, we're playing doubles.
Okay.
Super game for the kids. Make them serve it into play, right? So there's your serve again. I want to show you one extra activity. This is my all-time favorite. Young players, all kids love this. All right, I'm going to put these over here. Can we do it over there? Okay, so get a beanbag. One beanbag on your racket, okay? One beanbag. No arguing about the beanbags. Oh, we got the kitty cat. Okay, get a beanbag. All right, come on. All right. All right. Come on out here. All right. All right, you all did such a great job today in class. We're going to finish up with a game of Mrs. Freeze. So what do you think? I'll give you a hint. We're going to play tag. You know what tag is? Yeah, if you get tagged, you're frozen because I'm Mrs. Freeze. So if I catch you on the court and I tag you, you're frozen, which means you have to stop. Okay? How do you think he becomes unfrozen? One of his teammates is really looking out for him and comes, you're unfrozen. Okay? And remember, we're just tapping him on the shoulder very lightly. No. Nope. Now, if the beanbag falls off my racket, what do you think happens? I'm frozen. How do I get unfrozen? That teammate's going to tap me and I can get going again. Now, this is not allowed. Okay, we're not playing with the monkey's head stuck in the middle. Not allowed. Okay, you cannot hold it either. So remember we talked about honesty as our character word. We're going to say, now, the rules. Do you see this net right here? You cannot go over on the other side of the net. See these outside lines right here? This white line right here? This is our boundary. All the way over to the far side. So what happens if you step over here? You're frozen. All right, are we ready to play? Stay away from me because I am Mrs. Freeze. I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to come looking for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, got SB. He's frozen. All right, I'm going to get Neil. Oh, I got him. Sorry. All right, Neil's frozen. I'm going to get you again. You're frozen anyway. I didn't have to do anything. Gonna get in. Oh, man. All right. We've played 5 minutes. Mrs. Freeze went defeated. She was defeated. What does that do for your players? Why is tag? Why would you ever use tag? It's fun. Yeah, Ian was laughing his head off. Too bad you guys didn't get that on the camera.
Agility and fun.
It's agility, ability to change direction. But what else? I played with, I was challenging Neil for a long time. What were we doing?
Weaving away from each other.
He was forced to watch me. I was forced to watch him. Which way is he going? I'm going to try to get him. Anticipation. These are the things we've got to get the kids doing if we're going to get them to be senders and receiving, to be paying attention to each other. Okay, where are they moving? Where did they hit the ball? Am I paying attention? Tag is the best ever. Okay, but again, you heard me reading the riot act on this, right? You got to be really careful. I always say to the kids, this is a no crashing court. This is a no falling court. This is a no crying court.
Actually, another one that I didn't think about was keeping their balance with their
Yeah,
racket.
yeah.
Like,
That's a great answer. How many kids are born with a racket in their hand? You get a 4-year-old out on the court or a 5-year-old, this racket gets heavy at some point.
Yeah.
So again, you're building, that's a really good point. You're building muscle strength.
Because when you were coming at me,
We could
I
do.
wanted to obviously go back and forth, but I was thinking
Yeah.
about the balance of that. So.
What could you do as a progression of this for slightly older kids?
A tennis ball.
A tennis ball. That would be hard for the younger kids. They're already struggling. Yeah, they're already struggling to keep it on, right? You could do a ball if you wanted to and put it in here to get them to do a ball if you didn't have things, beanbags. But these are super fun. The kids love them. What else can you do with these? What are these great for? Tossing and catching. Why? Because they can catch it by the limb. So we often do drills where the kids, we do catching contests. So if Neil was way back there, we could say, okay, each time you have a success, we can do it real quick. 30 seconds. All right, come on up, Neil. And you all can do it with me. Well, we don't have enough people. Let's have you two do it. Just toss. Yeah, you put your racket off to the side so you don't trip on it. We're going to start out this close, and we're going to pretend you're coach right now, okay? If we don't step in, coach, they're disqualified, okay? So we're going to toss the ball to our partner, stepping in, they're going to catch it. Each time we catch the ball, we're going to take a step back. You might want to move your rackets just out a little bit, okay? Each time we move back, we're going to be catching the ball in, and we have to wait for your command to toss the ball again, okay? You're going to remind us to go back.
Stop! Didn't step in.
I wasn't supposed to step in. I was receiving.
He's catching. He's catching. We'll let the catcher catch however they can, but you're right. The tosser is. Okay, so what are we doing now?
Toss.
We got to step back? Yep. Good. Okay, we're going to step back. Yeah, you guys got to
Toss.
step back each time you hit toss. Oh. All right, shoot. That was my non-dominant. Oh, man. All right. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, oh, no, sorry. All right, so you can sort of see. We might have a whole line of kids, and they're going to be stepping back each time and catching. So you want to try to keep it systematic as the coach, so they're moving back at the same time. But again, this gets hard. You know, we're doing it non-dominant. My left hand gave out at the big distance, right? But think about that. That's going to happen with the kids, right? So think about where is their control zone. Well, their throwing control zone might be here, so maybe we kind of play in this space for a while. So use a lot of these things as checks and balances. But yeah, good stuff. Awesome. And by the way, these beanbags, get them at secondhand stores. Throw them through the wash. Throw them through the wash again.